Partnerships and acquisitions have played a big role in Dexcom's growth. Each one of these deals has its own goal of what it's trying to bring to Dexcom. In general, most of the partnerships are trying to advance the CGM technology, which is continuous glucose monitoring. And this can show up as either new products into a new area of the market, or it can show up as CGM being added to devices that patients already have, such as a pump or a meter. These partnerships can also provide Dexcom with a chance to leverage distribution that it would not normally have, so therefore it can advance either sales or other things in the market. Identification of potential partners for Dexcom is not really that difficult. Dexcom is in the diabetes market, which is a relatively small marketplace with a number of players in it. We all know each other, so there's a lot of conversations that happen. The real interest in finding a partner is to find goals that are the same so that we can get into a win-win situation with both partners gaining something out of the partnership. And that can be whether it's an advancement of the technology or, again, incorporating our technology into their pumps or into their receivers or meters or whatever. But the end item has to be what are the goals that both companies are trying to achieve. So we find most of our partners right within our market, in the diabetes market. They know us and we talk to them all the time. So it's not that difficult for us to find potential partners. There is really no typical timeline for negotiating and developing a partnership deal. They're all different. They all have their own timeline. It usually starts with some sort of communication, talking between the two companies, and that can be anywhere from 2 years up to just a couple of months. Then once both companies find they have the goal, that they have a mutual goal that they want to address and move forward with, that's when the negotiation starts. And negotiations, if the goal is very clear and very well understood, then negotiations don't take that long. It's when there's a little bit of a mismatch that the goal can take a little bit longer. Usually they are done in a normal deal 3 to 6 months in there. We have a plan ready to move forward on. After that, there's still a lot of work. There are 3 other agreements that generally have to be part of any long-term agreement. 1 is a quality agreement, 2 is a distribution agreement, and 3 is a service level agreement. All those have to be developed while the project is going on, and that can continue to happen anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, depending upon the length of the project. In my experience, there's 2 pitfalls that companies can fall into during a partnership or some sort of agreement. And the first of those is alignment of goals. It needs to stay in a win-win situation and needs to be continually aligned. If one company is moving off in a different direction, it really upsets the partnership because both companies are not moving towards the same goals anymore. The second pitfall is time frame. If one company thinks this is going to happen in 6 months because it's their highest priority and only project, and the other company is thinking, oh, this is a medium to low, and I'm working on 6 other things, and thinking, oh, this is a year and a half project, there's going to be conflict between those two. The company who's on the fast track is going to be very frustrated that it's not happening faster and they can't get people to work on the project. The other company is going to be very upset that this is stealing resources, this is stealing resources. So the way to keep that in line is again, through communication. And that's very important to any partnership, is the continual communication. My advice for any company that's looking to expand or grow through acquisition or partnerships is they really need to understand the resources required to support those types of partnerships. Nothing is free. It takes a lot of internal resources to manage and work with a partner as going along for the entire project. Because of that, Dexcom has assigned a project manager or a program manager for each partner, where there is one person who is the single person talking to them and all information goes to and from the partnership through this single person. What that allows is that there's a continuity of information and a continuity of goals and a continuity from the senior VPs all the way through the people who are maybe working on the floor. We know what the goal is, we know what the partnership is, we're all on the same page.